Welcome
to the back,
to the back,
to the back
to the back
podcast.
podcast.
Sorry, I saw something like sticky on the webcam like holder, so it made me freeze.
Oh,
Mm.
where?
I'm not gonna point it out
Okay.
because it's not important.
It's important to me.
Nope. What do we chit chatting about today? Stop! You need to stop looking at me weird. Like,
It
what's the
was the way
reason?
you cause you were
What
like,
was that reason?
the what are you? I don't think the thought was
I don't
coming out.
know. 90% of the time, I'm the one who gotta serve
I
up the pitch.
are you doing that because Man City like killed it today?
Well, when I said pitch, I was actually thinking
Were you thinking
of
baseball?
baseball. Well, that's in that term, pitch would be serving up a pitch.
Yeah.
Pitch is the field
I know
in,
it's the
in
field.
football. But no, Man City did take home a 4-0 dub.
Yeah. I
I
thought it was
mean,
5. I thought I saw 5-0.
it might have been 5. I don't
Yeah.
know. I was eating towards
I
the
came
end.
across my like Google because I'll look up the thing, so now they've remembered that I've looked that up.
Yeah.
So it came across it was 5-0. At least that's what I thought I saw.
Might have been.
Huh?
Might have been.
Oh. I don't know. So today is exactly 4 years since my husband, Dakota's stepdad, passed away.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say that like this is gonna be a super peppy episode because I did cry in the majority of the morning. That's why I was late getting to the gym this morning. Well, part of the reason.
I'm not yawning at what you're saying.
It's cool.
You said this, we've done that bit like 5,000 times.
Okay. Well, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop thinking that you're bored with what I'm saying.
I'm not. I'm just. It's literally just the time of day.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter even when I like my bedtime or like has been later or earlier in my life, I've always towards the evening just been a yawning person. And so I think last episode was the only episode where like I didn't yawn. That's because we filmed at
Filmed
like
in the midday. Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm gonna start saying midday. It's the midday, early day, late day,
Early afternoon.
early afternoon.
No, what is it? What was I gonna say? Oh, well, I mean, not about Andy, but like because of the whole like what I've been blah blah. I told you I've been listening to Smartless, right? And a few episodes ago, or maybe it's just an episode ago, it was the Zach Galifianakis episode, and he was talking about like his family was actually like his biggest influence, and it was mostly his brothers and stuff, them trying to make his dad laugh, like because he was like we loved his laugh, and it was just like the highlight. And then I thought about how I don't genuinely make you laugh a lot, and then I was like, maybe this is on the walk with Jax, right? And I'm like, maybe I'm not funny.
No, don't take that personally. That's for anybody. Most people don't.
Yeah, I know.
Literally. That's what we can do. We can talk about this all the time. This is an episode of reoccurring things, but how it takes forever to make me, or something like takes a lot to make me laugh, or like very
Yeah.
obscure things. But there's like certain videos out there in the universe that just invoke a chuckle in me all the time, 100%, like none other. And one of those I came across today, and I don't know if it's the exact one, but it's like this like very like blurry clip of like this kid, I think in like high school or middle school, and he's like pissed off, and it starts with like 4 fucking minutes. It took you 4 fucking minutes to
Wait,
make
is it in
me.
the classroom, right?
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah, I've
classroom.
seen
Like
that
him
one.
doing that every time, I like laughed so
Yeah.
hard. 4 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. I even think about it. There's
But
like certain ones. It's
I was
just
just thinking
like
about because like yours and my dad's laugh were like two of my favorite laughs, right?
I don't remember people laugh.
It was a lot like yours when he like truly laughed. Because it's not like he laughed a whole lot, right? But when he truly laughed, it was loud. It was like it was a big laugh.
Boisterous.
Yes.
Boisterous.
I mean, I used to be able to make you laugh when you were younger quite a bit, and now it's just like
But it's not just you. It's like it takes.
Hey, the point was, I was like, maybe I'm not funny. Like,
No, I'm saying, but what I'm telling you is that I'm not a good barometer.
I know, but it was just a thought. Like, but also, I'm not funny on here. You're the funny one on here. I'm like the serious one. I mean, like, I was talking to my friend Rhonda last night, and she's like, "You're funny to me." Like, and she's like, "It's also a different point of reference.
Yeah.
Like, we're this closer to the same age." Also, shout out Rhonda because this won't drop until Saturday, but her birthday's tomorrow, and she's turning 50.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's like a big one. So
The good old there's not a 50 cent, is there? Besides the rapper, like there's not an actual 50-cent coin. Am I being dumb? Is there a 50-cent coin?
no, it's $1. Maybe there might have been one at one point in time. There's $1.
That's weird. There's not a 50-cent coin. It feels like there should be.
There might have been.
I think it's just quarter. This is this either it's so obvious whether it is or not, and I feel so stupid right now.
I don't know, but anyhow, she was like the point.
Many men.
It's like he's younger than you, so his point of references on things like she's like he's not as funny to me as you are to me. And I'm like, and then I got all defensive. I'm like, no, he's funny. He's funny.
Okay,
But she was like, he's not funny. She's like, you're just funnier to me. And I stood up. I was like, no, you're definitely funnier than me.
No,
like,
I thought she was saying I wasn't funny.
No, she was
I'm
just
about
saying,
to come after Rhonda.
No, it's her birthday week. You do not do that. But she was like, no, he is funny. He's just like your funny is funnier to me, but it's also because like we have like the same kind of thinking.
Off topic, one of the worst feelings in the world is you showing one of your friends a video that you think is funny, and you're like, oh, you're gonna laugh at this, and like you watch them watch it, and they don't laugh. It's so defeating. It's like, no, it gets good, and you're just like,
sorry, that face was, I can't believe I fucking forgot. I was like, yeah, there definitely probably was. It was a $50. Like, that was a coin.
oh, I don't know.
I don't know if they still make them. I don't know. We might still make them. They stopped producing. It was discontinued in 2002, but began to be produced again in 2021. I want a $50. Someone send me a $50. Send me $2 $50 so I have $1.
Yeah. While you're at it, go ahead and multiply that by 1,000,000.
Yeah. Mark Cuban, we're looking at you. I'm just saying. Because if you get in with us now, you have an exclusive podcast that will interview all of your players. And
I'll take that job. I'd love to be part of the Mavs media team.
I'm not laughing at the thought of you doing that. I was laughing at
that
would be cool.
I can tell the difference in your laughs, what they're associated for, the mood.
Anyhow, it was just like on the walk, I'm listening to Zach Galifianakis, and I'm like, maybe I'm not funny.
Zalf? Zalf sounds like a fucking new white baby name. Like, new white baby name Respawn.
That's really edgy.
No, Zach Galifianakis is one of the most funniest people.
He really is.
He's so funny. And I'm not even just talking about just Between Two Ferns. Like, he's just funny in general. Which
is crazy because, like, in the interview, I mean, yeah, he had some moments where he was like, you're like, oh, okay, he was like pretty serious. He was like, I'm really okay if like all of this goes away right now because this was during 2021, so I don't know. But at the time, he was in Canada because his wife's from Canada, and so I guess that's where they went and quarantined. And he was like, because he became a dad late in life. He was like, I'm so into this that like I'm fine. Like he goes, I just feel blessed, like the fact that I've been able to do what I was able to do. And he was talking about how like after obviously The Hangover, like he knew when he was making it like that it was going to be really good, but he had no idea it was going to blow up the way it did. And he was like, he hated his anonymity was gone. Like he's like, I don't know if I handled that very well. What are you making that face for?
Define anonymity.
Anonymity?
Yeah, define it.
What do you mean?
I don't know what it means.
It means anonymous.
Oh.
Like, so he's not just a person in the crowd anymore. He's Zach Galifianakis. You know.
I just wasn't sure on the term.
I thought you were trying to get a gotcha. Like no, I'm not using the right word.
No. I knew you were going there because you're naturally just going to be defensive. But
Yeah.
no, I just wanted to know because I think it's important. If you don't know a word,
Oh, were
ask.
you looking it up when I said it?
No,
Oh,
I was on my phone prior to you saying that word, and I was off it.
yeah. Anyhow, let's talk about grief. Not
You
grief. We
can.
can talk about Andy. I just figured like we would, talk about good memories.
Mm, I said that so. I saw a Diablo 3 Pop Funko figure at Target today, and
Mm.
I forgot that today was the day of the anniversary of his. I almost said demise.
He would appreciate that.
We need to start calling people's deaths demise. Like
Demise.
everything but like death.
Yeah.
He failed at life 4 years ago today. That was his failure date.
I definitely think he would appreciate that.
But no, I saw Diablo, and I was like, oh, that's. I thought of him, and like even when I thought of him, I just didn't remember that today was.
Why do you think I was so agitated when you called? Or
Because
like
you're on
when
your period, am I not
well, I mean,
wrong?
yes, that too.
I'm just like if a woman tells me they're on their period, I'm just gonna assume anything on anything of everything and how they feel of anything is correlated to that.
No, I was literally crying when you called me and I like sucked it up. And then it went to me being overstimulated.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But I was like waiting for you to like I guess connect the dots that like because we've literally talked, the last week and even sometime this week, like when we discussed what we were gonna talk about, it was, hey, it will happen to be 4 years since he passed,
Yeah.
since he became dust, since he didn't feel so good.
I'm never gonna watch that movie again.
I know, right?
I watched it once and that's it.
What about the other one?
Infinity War, I watch Infinity War again.
Or
I
Endgame,
used
I
to.
meant.
I know. No, I when I said, oh, I guess I
Infinity War
meant.
is when he's
Oh,
in
yeah, I
prison.
meant Endgame when you were referring to Infinity War.
Yeah.
But to backtrack, I'm never gonna watch Endgame again. And I used to say, oh, I'd watch Infinity War again. I think I have watched Infinity War more than once, unlike Endgame, which I've only watched in theaters, which you watch in 3D. So I really should watch it in like regular definition. But I like calling like a non 3D shit regular
Regular definition.
definition. Are you watching that movie in regular definition?
You
Yes, I
actually
am.
have watched it twice because we watched it with Andy. Remember, he was at that point he was too sick to go to the.
Did we?
Yeah, we watched it. Quarantine. That's what it was. We rewatched the
Oh
Marvel
my
movies.
god, we did.
And we watched Endgame with him because we went real early. And remember, it was so hard. Remember, we went and saw the Star Wars movie in the theater, and he was in so much pain. Like that's why whenever you were in Boys Next Door, he didn't come back for other showings after the first one, is because it hurt him so much. Like it was hard for him to
Yeah.
be sitting. Like, and this is before we knew exactly what was wrong with him.
But
But yeah, you have watched it twice. You've watched it in real definition.
all that to say, I used to say the only one I'd rewatch would be Infinity War because I was like, I can get through it. But I said that before Chadwick died, and Chadwick turns
yeah.
to dust in that.
Yeah.
Or no, he doesn't turn to dust.
Yes,
I don't
he
know.
does.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. So I don't know if I can rewatch it.
I think he does.
I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't.
I think he. I know.
Fuck if I remember.
I think he like holds one of the warriors and then he turns. Like, oh, you think he's safe, and then he also goes. I don't remember though.
Oh yeah, because they've already snapped when they come back. That's
Yeah.
right. So yes, he was because it was Okoye. I think watches him turn to dust.
Yo, nothing. I wish I could go back in time and listen to not even the Black Panther soundtrack, but the score. You know, like
Yeah.
the da da dun
Yeah.
da da dun da da dun.
Yeah.
That was when the ship entered Wakanda for the first time. I got goosies.
I loved because that was a midnight showing, right? That we went to.
Yeah,
I just love that you
that's
got
one
to
of the
see.
ones that was worth
Yeah.
midnight.
I love that you got to see like because there were people that came in like traditional garb and you got to be a part of that. Like it was really really cool.
I don't think there'll ever be another movie experience like that.
Right.
At least for me.
But actually, I was seeing something. I don't remember. Oh, because you saw that Blade, like the remake with I can never say his name. Ali. Mahershala. Is that how you say it?
Marshala.
Mahershala Ali.
Maharla.
I'm
Marhala.
so sorry, sir,
Marshall.
that I am not
butchering
that
on
I'm butchering
purpose.
that name. Your name, not that name. Your name, but it's been like put off indefinitely.
Yeah, I've been known. That's been known.
But the thing is, like, so somebody was like, this is why a lot of people are upset that they did not recast Black Panther with another, like, it's cool that Shuri, whatever, but like, how important it is to have Black representation like that, especially a Black man, like, because no, think about it.
Here's
How
the
many
problem.
Supermans have there been? How many Batmans? How many Wonder Woman, Spider-Mans? Like,
Yeah, but also we can go on the tangent of how the recent casting for their new Lantern show, where they're gonna have I forget the Black Lantern. I think his name is John.
John Green, I think.
It's not John
It's
Green.
not.
John. I think
That's
you're
too on the nose.
John Green is literally what's his name? Hank Green's brother.
Okay.
But I think it's John something. I'm gonna
Stewart?
look it up. I think it might
No.
be John. No, you're.
That would be weird.
You keep.
I don't know. If it is John Stewart, you need to apologize.
Anyways, they cast a lighter skinned actor when he's specifically the creator of him was meant to be a dark skinned Black man.
Well, that's the other thing is they were talking, not that it's like Black, right? But they were talking about doing a Carrie TV show, and somebody
It
was
is John
like,
Stewart.
"Ha,
And
ha."
yeah, I didn't say no to that right away. I was just like,
And I've never read that Stephen King novel,
sorry.
right? No, what?
I looked him up on Google, and then it goes played by, and the first credit that Green Lantern's played by is Lil Yachty in the Teen Titans Go movie. Apparently, he voiced him, which is funny to me. Continue.
In the actual book, Carrie,
I hate the book.
she's heavy, and
No,
that's
I know.
part of the reason. And that's why the pig's blood is so significant.
Yeah.
Because of the way that they bullied her. And somebody was like, for the love of God, if you're gonna do another iteration of this, can you please actually cast a plus size actress?
Yeah.
And somebody tried to say that Chloe, what's her name, that did the second remake, is plus size. Where? In what world? That woman's not even mid size.
I think now she might be. Yeah.
The most she might be is a size 7, which isn't even mid
Mom,
size.
those numbers don't mean.
I'm
jack
just saying
diddly
she's
squat
not
to
plus
me.
size. She's not plus size. Because somebody else said Sydney Sweeney.
They're just casting blonde people that they find attractive. That's
Like,
what they're doing. I hate that book, but
I'm just saying if they're gonna do
if
another
they're gonna
iteration,
do it right.
that would be so. You know, different bodies. Can we see different bodied people, different races? It's really not hard. Like,
But what I was going back to is there's so many other Black characters that like I don't know if I necessarily wanted him to be recast. I just think maybe you should just tell more Black stories.
well, that too. But I am kind of sad. I mean, then somebody also with the Blade thing, because you know, in the Deadpool movie, he said there'll never be another Blade, and it was like the most cursed line. This one's like the most cursed line in history because now looks like there won't be.
No, he did that because of all the things.
Because of
it's
the
been
stuff
on
coming
so
out.
many. Yeah, it's been on the back.
I mean,
burner
he
for so
did kill
long.
it. Wesley Snipes
There's been
killed
so
it in
many-
that role.
No, there's been so many like bad things with that
Yeah.
development for that movie, and it's just like he was taking shots.
But speaking of Marvel, I do get like, in I guess specifically Marvel because that is the movies we saw the most with
Yeah.
Andy. I get like anytime something new comes out.
When you say Marvel, you mean MCU.
MCU, yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta apologize.
It's just such an
No, I gotta apologize for that. I need to apologize for that because I do that with everybody. Cause like I get it. That's what most people know nowadays is Marvel, and that hurts me. But I can't stop the fact that there was not only a whole Marvel universe of movies before the MCU, but the Marvel as a whole was huge before it, and so it hurts me when like somebody, not you know more about MCU.
Well,
you
yeah,
know
I
more,
already watched
but,
it. I had those movies
But
before.
people like their only knowledge of Marvel is the MCU.
It's starting with Robert Downey
and
Jr.
It irks me to my core because that's not really a great representation.
But like, also you understand how that comes off.
Yeah, that's why I just
Like,
apologize.
Yeah, let people like what they like.
Yeah,
and
but
think like they're not hurting anybody.
what's your favorite Marvel movie?
What's mine?
Yeah.
That's really difficult. I mean, Winter Soldier is like definitely up there, right? And so
Yeah.
is Black Panther. But like, I might actually go the original X-Men movies.
Exactly. So it's a Fox production. So I don't want to hear Jack Dilly squat about let people like what they like. Nah.
I mean, I get that Hugh Jackman is not comic book accurate,
Say
right?
what you
But
want
he
about
killed that
say what
role.
you want about the Fox Studios and Sony. Well, you can't say shit about the Sony Spider-Man movies. If you do, fight me, okay? But say what you want about those films. It feels like at least now, as a collective, they had more heart
Yeah.
than this mass-produced Disney, Mickey Mouse, sell.
I mean, I honestly, like, I even remember watching him and thinking, is Magneto really the bad guy in this? I mean, is he so wrong for the
You
way
need
that
to
he
watch
thinks?
X-Men 97.
I know I do. I'm sorry. I started watching Black Clover instead. Um, but anyhow, I do think like when stuff like that comes out, like I think, especially like right after Andy passed, you know, it was like, oh, he's not gonna get to. What was that one? What was the one game that he was really waiting for that kept getting delayed?
Are you talking
Is it
about
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk?
Is that ever come out or is that still
I think
delayed?
it came out right when he was o- on his last straw, on his last leg. But when Cyberpunk initially came out, it was so bad. There were so many problems with it. It's a lot better now. It's actually a great game,
Yeah.
but he never made it to. Even if he was alive when it initially came out, he never would. I don't think he ever made it to when it actually got
Yeah.
good. Either that or he told me all the time he wanted Diablo 4 to come out, and
Yeah.
I know that for sure came out after he
Yeah.
died. Which like, I remember when we were talking about it. I think it was like maybe late 2010s. He said it wouldn't come out for another 10 years, and it came out a little sooner than that.
Yeah.
So like, it sucks. Yeah.
And then I think about remember when the series came out,
Yeah.
that was hard for us because, I mean, probably the two games he played the most around us anyway were Diablo and Fallout.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I remember when we were in the first apartment, like right after I got married, he'd play Fallout on his computer, right? In the extra room.
Yeah.
And you'd go in there and sit there in the room while he was playing.
He played Fallout New Vegas while the whole office smelled like eucalyptus mint.
Yeah.
And I'd sit under the desk and just listen to the vibes of 40s and 50s music while he was shooting some ghouls.
Yeah. Those were very simple times. What?
Nothing. I could tell you're about to cry.
No, I'm not. I cried a lot this morning. I like purposely was like, okay, I'm just gonna let myself like, cause that's difficult for me too. Even though like I am a crier and I am emotional as a person, right? I also analyze my emotions, so I don't tend to actually feel them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've really tried in the past like year, especially to allow myself to actually feel.
Yeah.
And so like instead of being like, well, why am I crying? Let me like just cry. It's okay. Type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't have to know the why. I mean, I guess it's good. You don't want to just be crying all the time and not know, but that's not what is happening. I mean, it makes sense that I would get like I know that this morning I didn't want to get out of bed, and it took me a little bit to realize why that was.
Yeah.
And then I also get sad that we haven't played Munchkin
That's
since
just
he
been
passed. Well, it's
since
because we
now
don't
it's
have
a
another
fair
person.
game.
Yeah. But it's been so long since we played that I don't quite remember how to play.
I still remember how to play. It's a really easy game actually to learn.
Yeah.
Um,
What?
you're
You
the tag.
sorry.
Sorry, I was like, what's that noise? It scared me.
Anyhow.
What?
It's okay. You can think of some stuff. I don't have to be the only one remembering stuff. I mean, I wore the Green Bay Packers shirt today,
Yeah.
which as a Dallas Cowboys fan hurts my soul a little bit.
Well, now that Aaron Rodgers is not there anymore.
That is true. Um, because Andy was a huge Packers fan. He owned stock in the Packers, and for those that don't know, the Packers are owned by the fans. And like I think I don't know how often they open up options to buy stock. It's usually when
Yeah.
they're having to do like renovations or something they need to raise money for something.
Yeah.
Um I as much as I might not like the Packers, I think that's actually really cool. I wish that our team was like that.
That will never
I know. But I just figured I almost wore one of his race shirts, but I couldn't find any that were like, I don't know, that wasn't the vibe. I was trying to find a zombie one. And he did a lot of races.
happen. Yeah.
He's really good at running.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
I don't know if he's necessarily good at running. I just think most people aren't. You know what I mean? Like he just he just did it. Some people just don't have like the energy
I'm
to
not
do
good
it.
at my running.
Like was he? I'm like,
No, he
I,
was good.
like was he? Did he have genuinely good form, or did
Hmm.
he just like get good endurance?
No, he had good endurance and he has good
Okay, I
form.
wasn't sure. I
Both.
never really saw
I
him
wouldn't say he was
run.
super fast. He wasn't fast.
Oh, I didn't say. I didn't say.
Not like
Yeah,
his dad. His dad's fast.
yeah,
He probably could have if he'd have really tried.
yeah.
But like he could just run. Like and he had really great form. Like I have terrible form, and I'm not good at it. I do miss it. I know that's crazy, but I miss it. But it's funny. I remember talking to my dad when I started running,
Yeah.
and talking about like, man, like it's so hard for me, right? And he was like, I was never a good runner. He's like, I barely passed because in the military you have to pass that like
Oh,
we have to run the whatever how
yeah.
many miles in a certain amount of time. He's
They're
like, I
gonna
barely
say
passed that.
they're gonna say the fitness gram pacer test,
Yeah.
which you didn't have. It was probably called the U.S. presidential test.
Mm-hmm.
Just so stupid.
Yeah.
Because none of these U.S. presidents,
I think
except
that's
for
the
Obama,
only thing.
Obama's the only president I think could actually pass
No,
it.
actually, because I'm pretty sure it was implemented by JFK, and aside from the smoking and drinking, I think he actually could have.
Yeah.
It's probably the only thing he did that I really hated
Who?
in JFK was
He did
implementing that.
die.
Well, that wasn't. Yeah, because our government. Never mind. We won't go on what I believe that to be, but let's just say that man was very ahead of his time, and had he lived, we might be living in a very vastly different nation that would be better for you. And I guess I don't know about me. I'm not really sure where he stood on women's rights. Honestly, I don't think great based on the affairs, but he was very much for civil rights. So
Yeah.
but honestly, no, it would still be better for women because everything comes back to if you give Black people better rights, it helps everybody.
The collective good.
Yeah. The greater good. Which is also okay, like how the fact that he died in October when he was such a huge horror fan.
Yeah.
And I always get like I think that's part of the reason like I watched Midnight Mass. Is because we had watched Haunting of Hill House together, and it was one we really loved, and it sucks, like I really miss him being around right now because I would watch scary stuff with him because it felt safer to watch with him, and now I'm not a huge horror fan, but I was willing to watch that stuff with him.
The way I approach horror, whether it's through video games or movies or like in life experiences, like ghost hunting or haunted houses, is the way white people like to skydive. Like when I want like an adrenaline rush,
Mm-hmm.
I put on a scary movie. Like that's the
No.
closest I get because otherwise I don't want to do it. I'm saying like my
I
equivalent
get
to
why you're doing
my, no, I'm
it.
saying my equivalent to risking my life is watching horror movies.
Mm.
Like that's what that's like for me. That's how much I dislike or I have a natural what's the opposite of inclination?
Mm.
Got a dinclination. That sounds wrong. Sounds like a 50s like disease.
Dinkelberg.
He died of dinclination.
I don't know. It's not like I hate horror movies. If it is a scary movie, I prefer it to be like a psychological thriller, right? But I don't like gore, which is crazy.
That's the thing. I don't mind gore. I don't mind gore. I don't fuck with paranormal.
Okay, but one of my favorite movies of all time is 13 Ghosts. Like I love that movie so much.
Even that movie, like I don't like thinking about ghosts. Don't bring up ghosts. I'm like, it's
You're
relatively
you're
close.
gonna go
Like,
bedtime
stop. There's a certain limit when you don't bring up ghosts. Okay, don't bring up ghosts past 12.
p.m. or a.m.
How about both? Because you just shouldn't bring them up. Period.
Anyhow, um,
White people are fucking crazy, dude.
what do you mean? For what?
Like, ghost hunting.
There's a show called Ghost Brothers.
Really, ghost hunting. That's what you wanted to do.
There's a show called, I think it's called Ghost Brothers, where it's like 3 black dudes that do that.
No, I know, and I don't care.
But it is mostly white people, and I am not one of those white people.
Like, if they're let's be in the mindset that they're not just doing it for a money grab, right? And they actually believe in it. Why would you do that? That makes no logical sense. I'm gonna risk like my life to search for something that like
What's
you
gonna
can't
happen
defeat.
to them? It's not like movies. Something's not gonna happen to them.
You don't know that.
I mean, what's his name? Zach has been doing that stuff forever. He seems okay. I mean, I don't think he's in a relationship, so that might say something.
Yeah. You can't withstand a successful marriage and you'd be a ghost hunter.
Aaron's married. That's from that crew. But also Aaron's just like very like joyful as a person. Yeah. So I think maybe that counterbalances it. But anyhow, I'm just saying like the fact that he passed away in October during spooky season, which is like his favorite, time of the year. It seemed fitting. Also, he passed away 5 days before our anniversary. So there's that too. Almost made it 9 years. 8 years and 360 days. Right? There's 365.
Yeah.
Less.
Unless he died in a leap year.
I don't remember if it was a leap year. I think it might have been actually. I don't remember if 2020 was or not.
Isn't daylight savings coming up?
Yes.
I want to shoot myself.
It's the Sunday after you get back, actually.
I want to get rid of daylight savings so bad.
Well, I'd like it to happen when it happens, right? In 2 weeks. And then we just stay there. Like, I don't know. Or actually just stay like this because it's already getting darker. I don't know. It used to be for farmers. Now they say it's because of the kids that ride buses. They don't want them waiting out in the dark. But then my thought is stop making them go to school so early. And then they won't be waiting out in the dark.
Apparently some kids are getting just Fridays off, period.
What are you talking about?
In elementary school.
You used to in Wisconsin.
That's right. I did.
I don't know if it was the whole day or it was just half day.
No, it's whole day for here at least. I think it was half day.
Are you sure they're just not skipping and lying?
No, I know because of my job.
Oh. Are you sure they aren't homeschooled kids? They might be.
I don't have the energy to display the knowledge that I know this is to be true.
Anyhow, so you just we're done talking about Andy?
I don't know. It's not that I'm done. It's just like grief is a funny thing.
Yeah.
And when I say this, I don't mean this in any kind of genuine way, but I don't know if I'm in the mindset to want to talk about the grief that I experienced with him.
I wasn't asking you to talk about the grief. I was asking you to talk about pleasant memories of him.
That's why I say grief is a funny thing, because there are pleasant memories for sure, but life isn't. I can't look at that in a black and gray way. It's hard for me. With
you mean
my
a black and white way?
No, I don't like white. I don't like white people. I'm sorry. It's black and gray only.
Just don't like half of yourself. Cool.
It's a joke, and you don't get to make that. Okay, you don't get to make. You don't get to make. You don't get to do what do you mean, you people? And
I didn't say you people. You said that. I didn't say that. I said you didn't you don't like half of yourself.
Yeah, my stomach, bro.
Have you heard that audio on TikTok? It says,
Yo, okay, you need to say what you
it
say.
says, it's like a female voice, and it says, my tummy hurts and I'm mad at the government. That's all it is. And I'm like, pretty much every day.
You want to hear another wild thing I heard a
Mm.
kid say to me?
Mm.
She was like, she asked me, is is it possible to be too hydrated? Like, can you be too
Yes.
hydrated?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
went, I paused and I went, yes, but you probably haven't experienced that, because I could tell that she was saying she was.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I think I was, because when I was playing, I think she was like saying soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
I went like on the break, I drank a bunch of water, like two bottles of water. And when I went back out, I could hear it slushing around in my stomach. And I went, that's just because you have water in you. Like that, like I, the balance between amusing and like fed up with like children, it's so fine. And I get it. Some of them are just like, they're children, like they literally are. So how do they know better? But sometimes I'm like, grow up, be 20 already. I can't handle you being 6. Go through puberty at least. Talk to me
No,
once you
don't
have.
talk to them in puberty. It's terrible. It is so much worse.
Talk to me once you've gone through puberty, and then stop talking to
But
me.
here's what's crazy is because have you not had 11-year-olds in there yet?
I have.
And then be grateful it cuts off at 11, because 12 is the freaking worst. Like something happens in that year, and you're just like, I mean, you weren't too bad at 12. Again, your tough year was 15 for me. The only tough year I had with you. Well, not the only, but
Some period during 17 and 18, which correlates back to Andy. There was like a good at least 3 to 6
well,
months.
that's what I'm saying. I was just basically, since Andy died and everything kind of fell apart, right? Like,
I was saying when he's alive.
oh, that was normal stuff.
Was it? Is it normal to be really upset with your dying step parent for so many reasons?
Yeah.
It's not. That's not normal. Don't just say yeah.
It
It's
is
not.
if there's yeah. It is. Yes, it is actually.
The definition of normal means like. Hey, don't ask me what the definition of normal is. I put myself in a hole.
I'm saying, based on that, there was issues, right, that weren't dealt with. Then yeah, it made your grief very complicated.
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't valid. I'm just saying it wasn't normal. I'm yawning. I can't speak.
I'm sure they're really gonna appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Are you 15 again today? Just out of curiosity. Have you done some hormone shift?
I changed what I don't want to be. I don't want to live forever. I want the superpower to summon a pillow to throw at anybody when I am pissed off at them for like a small moment. So just enough not to hurt them, but enough to annoy them. Because in my mind, I went whoosh,
Balmy blazer. That's what you did?
I did the dodgeball blind. That scene was so cool to me when I was young. I believe in you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I quote that so much. I quote it to you specifically so much. You remember getting so annoyed with me as a teenager. I'm just saying, yes, I think it's very normal with... I mean, I wasn't angry with my dad at once he got cancer.
That's
but
what I'm
it's
saying.
different.
A lot of people. That's what I was saying. A lot of people. A lot of their past resentment goes away for that time period. And I'm not saying the fact that mine isn't valid, because I think it was valid based on the circumstances. I'm just saying it's not normal. And so when thinking it back on it after the fact, it's hard for me.
But I'm saying also that it didn't happen that way with Andy for me either. Like what I got with my dad, I didn't get that with Andy. That resentment, those things that were the things that were unaddressed, that he chose not to, like it still was there. I was actually really angry about that because it was such a gift for me to not be angry with my dad anymore. just to be like, and I don't know why I got that with him and I didn't get it with Andy. I mean, aside from like my relationship with my dad was longer, and it's different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And grief is weird. And we are complex beings.
It's not always good. Shout out my man CB.
Huh? What are you referencing?
They know.
I'll gonna Google later.
If you think about it hard enough, you should know.
No, I don't know.
I'll tell you after.
Is it Charles Barkley? I mean, he says some out there things.
No, it's not, dude.
All right, then. It could be, though. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's my man Charles Barkley.
It's terrible. Oh my God, that's going away, isn't it?
Don't remind me.
I know. It's his last season. I'm gonna miss that. I don't understand why it is going away.
Second day of the NBA. It's tonight. Game about to start, actually. We don't play till tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I know. What time is our game tomorrow?
6:30.
Thank God.
Crazy that even though we didn't win, we have the third day.
That is weird. They had to get Bronny in there. By the way, did they win?
Yeah,
did the Lakers win?
It was cool though, because I don't know if it happened, but apparently Ken Griffey Jr. was in attendance. Which is cool because it's the first time in NBA history that a father-son duo has ever played.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Ken Griffey and his son were the first, but they are some of my favorite baseball players.
So yeah, tomorrow night, watching the Mavs on local channel. It almost feels like it's the 1990s again. Could we get prices to go back there too? That'd be amazing. I'm gonna say I used to watch the Mavs on channel 27. Now it's gonna be 29, but like a local station. And so it like weirded me out when I became an adult and all of these basketball games were on. You had to pay to watch them.
Yeah. Because
like there are some football games. What is it? Monday night and Thursday night football you have to. And obviously if it's like out of your, there's people that pay for NFL ticket to watch games that aren't in their network or whatever. But like we can still watch most football games on local stations. So I don't know why. Is basketball just like a more profitable sport?
There's more games.
Wow, so that's the way it is with baseball too. I just realized that. Anyhow, I know this has been like an all over episode, and I really thought you'd be willing to talk more about Andy, but I didn't realize it was going to be
I think
like pulling teeth.
No, it's just because I have to get up early tomorrow. Which is like a bad thing. Like it is what it is. I don't know. Like
I don't know. I just have moments like I do this a lot with my dad though too. Like with my dad, a lot of it has to do with you more so, where it's like when things happen, when you do things, when you're like, or you're so much like him. I'm like, God, I wish my dad was here right now.
Yeah.
With Andy, it's like when, it's like I said, like shows or TV or whatever, or like just in general, I'll miss him, or like when things are hard and I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah, I do think about like what the future or what it would have been like if you didn't get deaded.
I'm gonna start calling it now. Someone get deaded.
Well, he deaded.
He did, I say.
You're dead, I say.
God.
6 feet under.
I like Demise, actually.
Yeah, the Undertaker supports Trump.
And Kane.
That makes sense. But I do remember Andy, who used to tell us all the time how he sold the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That story's not as cool anymore.
I'm glad we met the cool one. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We didn't meet the really cool one though.
CM Punk?
He did shout out.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, I meant and Batista.
Oh yeah, I know, right? If I'd have known Batista was that, and then I didn't know his mom's a lesbian. Like,
Oh, I knew that.
so like it definitely
I
checks
thought
out
you were
now.
American.
What?
You haven't seen that video? It's a Vine. It's like I think it's like a sister, and then like it's her younger brother, and she like she
Oh,
says
I
she's a
think what you're
lesbian.
talking
Like I
about.
thought you were American.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Yo, I miss Vine.
Oh, I tell you all the time, if Vine was still around, you would be a star. You were made for Vine.
One of my favorite ones is like some of them were cringe like inherently, but one of them's like it's like it's a woman going like, America, what is this? This is Kansas, but this is not out of Kansas.
What is it? No, one of the TikTokers I follow, she was like, basically she was talking about how the Undertaker and whatever, and she goes, "Look, Stone Cold, what I'm gonna need you to do is nothing. Nothing. You just stay there and take care of your cat. You don't say anything. Do not ruin things for me."
Oh, yeah.
Just in case. But I honestly don't think that I don't, I'm sorry. There's no way we met him, and everything we've seen about him, Undertaker and Kane totally checks out that they would be Trump supporters. Stone Cold, I'm not saying he'd be like, he's super down with Kamala, but like he definitely doesn't want Trump. I don't know though. He could be like Batista and just like really shock me and be super, super progressive. So I don't know. This is a really weird episode.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not in great. I came in not in a great place, but I knew that. I knew I wouldn't be in a great place coming in.
This is on me because we're recording. We're extra recording because I'm going to be on a trip soon.
Oh yeah, we're gonna double record this week. So this episode will come out on Saturday, but next week's episode is gonna come out on Thursday for Halloween. We'll do a Halloween episode.
That one I'm definitely gonna be.
You better be energetic for.
Yeah. But we're recording that Friday, right?
Yeah, recording. Yeah.
Try to record maybe in the afternoon.
No, I was thinking that like we'll do the afternoon for that one. The only reason we didn't today is because of Man City. Thanks, Man City.
Yeah, thank you for our love.
And for making it where we had to record later.
All right.
I'm just gonna wrap it up. I thought you're like making Zoolander faces at yourself in the camera.
What's the Zoolander quote? God?
No, whatever is behind his name, it's me, idiot. Can't turn left. Anyhow. You didn't think I knew what a googly was?
It's such a fucking good movie.
It's a great movie. I've never seen the second one, and I don't want to ruin
it's the
it.
reason I'll never see the Mean Girls 2 and all these other ones.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin perfection.
Yeah. You ruin it. I'm going to go there every time. You ruining it. You ruining it. All right.
Anyhow.
It's also a pretty longer episode, so.
Our other two have been longer than this.
Yeah, but those were like.
Not, I think it's like they're like.
Those were king size.
They're not novels. Calm down.
These are full. This is a full bar. But those are king size.
Bars.
Full bars.
How does that not topple your economy? All right. I'm just gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. I love you.
I love you.
You're gonna be fucking weird. I love you. I love you. Be aggressive about it.
That's gross. Yo. Gross. Love? Not for me. Not for me. Nuh-uh. It's only sad. I love you.
I love you. To the back.
To the back.
To the back.
To the back. Podcast.